everyone, welcome to BizzTalk World Talk Show presented by Clickaway Creators. Today we have Mr. Jonathan Muyumb Ditend with us. He's a serial entrepreneur who has been developing niche expertise in the business and strategy sector in the Democratic Republic of Congo. He's passionate in developing new activities that contribute one way or another to the development of the country. Jonathan is involved in a lot of sectors such as business advisory and strategy, mining supplies, IT and digital solutions, and counting. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the man himself. Hello, Mr. Jonathan.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for joining us today for this lovely interview.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Okay, Jonathan, so can you describe, can you give us a bit background about yourself?
Yes, sure. As you mentioned, I've developed a niche expertise in DRC. Basically, I'm a holder of a Bachelor Degree in International Business Communication and a Master's Degree in International Communication and Diplomacy, both degrees obtained in the UK. And then from 2015, roughly, I'm back into the DRC. And I've been working with one of the most prestigious law firms in the country, which is called ProximA Law, which is owned by Mr. Serge Nawaj. And I've been a business advisor and business consultant for that firm for the past now, yes, almost 6 years. But at the same time, I've been able to identify the different challenges in terms of business and the opportunities, which allowed me to found different projects by myself. And that's how I became an entrepreneur. That's how I became, I think, very curious and keen to develop new projects for the country and for the development of the country. My philosophy is just simple. It's anything that I can do that can generate money, but at the same time can develop the country. That's basically what I do.
Wonderful, wonderful. So Jonathan, can you describe a little more about your business environment which you are operating at the moment?
Yes, very challenging. I think we should be honest. That's the first phase of success, is that you need to identify and be honest with yourself. You need to understand, before being understood, you need to understand what you are, in what sector and in what environment you are operating. And what we have is, we've been having a lot of challenges. I'm sure you know that we are still in transition from a former presidential administration to another one, to a new one now. It's been 3 years. So what you need to understand is that in DRC, and I think in most countries in Africa, politics and business are very, very tight, are very linked together, meaning that if the political situation is not good, then the business won't be either. And the business environment that we have is that we need to be able, us as business entrepreneurs and businessmen, we need to know how to navigate into those waters of politics and business. So it's very challenging, but at the same time, when you have a lot of challenges, you have a lot of opportunities also. And for example, we are living and facing a huge deficit in terms of energy, but that means also at the same time, we can then create new projects, new energy projects, green energy projects. Just to give you an example, with the firm that I mentioned before, we are assisting a 500 megawatts solar project in Kolwezi, which is the southwest of the country. And that's a big, so that's a big project. And that's what I mean. Also, I'm into the water solutions, which basically is the sanitizing and of used waters, okay, for in the industrial business. So it could be construction, infrastructure, but also mining. And these, so that's, I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So even though we have huge challenges, but at the same time, once you understand it and you know how to structure it, then it gives you opportunities, and then you can, I mean, God willing, you can be successful.
Absolutely. So you mean you want to you channelize the whole thing, then you deliver the services. Is
Exactly.
that
So I try to turn it into my advantage. That's what I do. And also I develop serious and concrete and strategic partnerships with people with expertise, because you can't be good at everything. So you need to have a real partner. So what I do is that the expertise that I bring to the table is my local knowledge of the business environment, is my network, is my experience of the procedures of the administrations. That's what I bring to the table. And then the partners bring the expertise in that specific sector, such as water, such as mining, such as energy. We bring the expertise, but also we bring then the local content, local environment knowledge, and so on and so forth.
right? So Jonathan, you work in a lot of sectors. So my question to you is, what are your methods of team or people management? Because you just mentioned that you are good at administration, and you're also dealing with a lot of other things when it comes to people management. What are
Okay,
your
sure.
methods of team or people management?
Yeah. Well, so what I do is that I have my partners, so I don't really manage people, but in my own team, what I do is that I try to push members of my teams to take initiatives, to think by themselves. One of the problems that we have in the country is that people tend to be afraid of taking initiatives. You know, that's something that's one legacy that we have from former regimes, presidential regimes, is that people weren't really allowed to take initiatives. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you can perceive even now. So what I try to do is to push everybody to take initiative, to think, to be oriented towards the solution making. How find a solution, not the problem, but the solution. You know, always be focused on the solution. That's how I can say I manage people, and also I leave a level of freedom, you know, and especially not to be afraid of failure. That's how I mean, even from my mentor also taught me how to go through those failures, because it's just human. You need to understand that it's human to make mistakes. So do not worry about it. Just be worried about finding the solution and moving forward. That's basically it. Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I think it's a great way to motivate your team as well, because when giving them a free hand in their particular area of expertise, that
Yeah.
gives them a kind of motivation also.
Absolutely.
Right. So next question is, what's your vision and objective for the next 5 years, like in all your domain areas?
To be a leader in each project that I am developing. That's my vision. But to be a leader, just not on the selfish part of it. No, to be a leader, that to bring something concrete to the table. From what I witnessed since I'm here in DRC, is that I see people that always try to develop projects, but unfortunately we don't see the success. You know, we don't see the achievements a lot. I mean, it's amazing. If you will see 30, 50 projects, I can name you 50 projects, but not even one where is achieved, you know. So my vision is that once I believe that I understood now the mechanisms, is to be now able to bring something concrete to the development of the country. And the vision is that we create employment, and we try to fight poverty. Fight poverty. Yes, I think that's the least we can ask for now. You know.
That's a great thought. So you have achieved so much in your life. So my next question for you is, what advice you would like to give to the young professionals?
Okay, let's be honest. I don't really believe that I have so much experience. I thank God that and I thank God, I thank my mentor also that he gave me access to a network. I think he helped me to gain time, you know. I think what I've experienced now for the past 6 years in a normal way, that's something you experience through 10 to 15 years. So yes, I gained time. So I have my experience. But I think I have still a lot, so much to learn. There's a lot to learn. But what I can advise now to young professionals, I would say that do not be afraid of failing. Do not be afraid of being embarrassed. I think I would even advise you to be embarrassed, you know, to fail, you know, because that's basically by making mistakes that you learn and you know how to perfect yourself. The real issue, one of the real issues that we're facing here is that people are so much afraid that nothing is happening. You know, sometimes people ask me, "Oh, how did you do that? How did you do it?" You know, and sometimes I just answer simply, I mean, I just did it. You know, there's no secret about it. There's no million ways to go around it or to go about it. Just do it. Do not be afraid of failing. That's what I can advise. But also think how your project can bring something new or something successful to the table of the society. So that's how I think you can really be valuable. And in a country like DRC, I think that's pretty much easy. There's pretty much everything to do. Everything. There's so many opportunities. So that's not really complicated to find a project that can bring something valuable to the table.
Absolutely. That's a great
And
learning for all our viewers.
thank
So
you.
how do you see yourself or your activities as an added value to your society?
Okay, I will name three projects that I'm conducting now. I'm working on a water solution project. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm setting a water distribution station, which from our market study will supply water to almost 4 million people for the city of Kinshasa. Knowing that the city of Kinshasa is about 17 million people. So I think that answers your question. I will give you another one. Another one is that I'm working on an environmental project, sorry, which the main goal is to preserve the forests in around 500,000 hectares of forest, and we will then convert it into carbon credits in the carbon market. Okay, I'm sure you are aware of what is being done in terms of climate change, in terms of global warming. Yes. That answers your question. Third one, I'm supplying flour, just flour, to a population in the Katanga, which brings food for people at the lower price than the usual supply in the known markets. I believe that answers your question.
Yes, so you're doing a lot for the society with your water solution and other projects. So hats off to you, Jonathan. So thank you so much for sharing such great insights with us. And We look forward to having a chat with you again in the future on some other trending topics in the international business industry.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me. And I guess I'll see you next in February in Dubai.
Yeah, sure. And for viewers, if you like this chat with Mr. Jonathan, please like and share this video, and also subscribe to Clickaway Creators YouTube channel to appreciate what we do and have more coming from our industry leaders. This is
Thank you.
Abhishek for BizzTalk.